With the last few days of the Steam Summer Sale upon us, I felt now is the perfect time to make a video showcasing some of the games I'd recommend picking up. These will mainly be FPS games, but at the end there are a few wild cards for I personally enjoy that are outside of the FPS genre. So let's get right into it. Starting off with number 1, Titanfall 2. If there is one game as a shooter fan I would recommend you picking up, it is this game. If you're into fast-paced movement shooter based in small-scale battles in arcade arenas, fun game modes, and fucking titans, then this is for you. This is a game set in the Apex universe and is extremely underrated. It is only $4.99, and dude, I just can't recommend it enough picking up. It is a game that I come back to time and time again and just have an absolute blast playing. Now, the players that are often still around and playing aren't always the newbiest. They're sometimes rather sweaty, but if you're into that, then this could be the perfect game for you. The next is the Battlefield series. With the hype for 2042 building, the games I'd recommend are 4, 1, and 5, with the whole bundle costing $20.78, but you can pick up the individual games for $6.99 for 4, $6.99 for 1, and $13.74 for 5. If you want personal recommendations, I'd recommend 4 if you're wanting the 2042 hype, but do be aware that queue times for the servers can sometimes be long. Battlefield 1 is also a great game. The TTK is a bit longer, but the matchmaking is really quick, and I've never struggled to get into games fast. And then 5, I've actually been having quite a bit of fun on recently, but it does feel different to other Battlefield games with attrition and no 3D marking. But it is also a game that you may enjoy playing nonetheless. The Battlefield series would highly recommend you checking out if you haven't already. Next, we have Insurgency Sandstorm. It's a game that I've covered on my channel a little bit, but it's a attack shooter meets arcade in small scale maps, 12v12 action, super fun tight-knit community with great voice chat integration. Extremely good game. It is $12.99 and I would really fucking recommend picking up. If you're looking for something a little bit slower paced but still having those somewhat arcadey roots, Insurgency is a great kind of tactical shooter meets arcade and has a great community around it. We then have another series that is waiting on a release this year, Halo Master Chief Collection. This is $14.99. It is a great deal. It has all the Halo games and it will keep you busy until infinite. Matchmaking is reasonably good at the moment. I haven't struggled to get into games at all for 4v4. A 8-person FFA sometimes has been a bit slow, but other than that, it's been extremely good. I've had a blast on it. I've already put about 40-50 hours in a couple of weeks' time, but it has got me hooked on the Halo franchise, and I'm extremely excited for Infinite coming up later this year. After this, we also have another tactical shooter. This is 0 Hour, coming at $5.57. This is an up-and-coming SWAT-style tactical shooter, still reasonably early in its development, but what is there currently is extremely promising. If you're into clearing out rooms very slowly, taking your time, and having instant one-shot deaths, this is the game for you. It has a decent amount of weaponry, but more is being added along with more maps. Something you should definitely keep your eye on, and it's probably the cheapest you'll be able to purchase the game anytime soon. We then have another series, the Metro series. I recently streamed my playthrough of 2033 and had an absolute blast. This is definitely a game that if you're into these more dark post-apocalyptic worlds, you'll be right at home. It is absolutely terrifyingly, depressingly beautiful and would highly recommend it. 2033's Redux is $2.74, Last Light Redux is $3.74, and then you can pick up Exodus for $10.49. Or if you're wanting to purchase the whole series, the bundle is $22.33, and this also includes the season pass for Exodus. Following on is another series that fits right in this vein. That is the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series, a game absolutely oozing with atmosphere. We have Shadow of Chernobyl, Clear Sky, and Call of Pripyat. You can pick Shadow of Chernobyl up for $2.99, Clear Sky for $2.39, and Call of Pripyat for $3.89, or the whole bundle for £7.13. It's another series of games that are close to my heart, along with the Metro series, and with the hype for S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 building, now is the perfect time to get into the series. Now, you like guns. You like guns that shoot guns. And you like guns that make guns that shoot guns that then reload to make more guns, then you might like Borderlands. If you have been living under a rock for the past decade or so, Borderlands is an absolutely insane cel-shaded series of looter shooters. And with that is 3 games that are absolutely dripping with content. You have 1 Game of the Year, 2 Game of the Year, and 3 base game, all available on sale at the moment. $8.24 for the first, £7.69 for the second, and £16.49 for the base game with 3, but you can also purchase the DLC if you really want to. I wouldn't recommend the pre-sequel, as that's just kind of a bit of a weird one. It's a weird one in the Borderlands community, but it's a game that if you're wanting hours and hours and tons of fun and guns to shoot around and experiment with, game for you. Now we have Doom. Gore, fun, demons, and a really good fucking rock playlist. If you're at all into the old school Dooms of just running around feeling like an absolute badass, Doom is the game for you. You can pick up the original reboot for the series for £4.49, and you can also pick up the newest release, Eternal, for £16.49. There is also DLC for Eternal if you would like more bloody action. But definitely a game to check out. Now, the final game for shooters and FPS games, Black Mesa. This is £5.99. If you have not played Half-Life 1 yet or experienced the Half-Life universe, this is the best way to play it. This is a mod turned full release and is a beautiful love letter single player experience to these more open-ended single player experiences. And they've even added extra levels at the end for the Zen experience. Would highly recommend if you're at all interested in single player shooters or the Half-Life experience. Now, on to two games that aren't FPS games, but I would highly recommend picking up. Elder Scrolls Online. This is $5.99 for the base game. If you are looking for an MMO, this could be the one for you. No subscriptions are required to play this experience. And once you've bought it, it's there for life. You have dungeons, constant new content. You can use any weapons as any class. And overall is just a great experience, especially with friends. The only things I will say as a warning is the content is scaled. So no matter your level, the content will be scaled for it, which to some people that is an instant turn off, but to others, people will love it if you just want to play a game for the game. Along with that, to purchase the DLC, you can either use a monthly subscription for Elder Scrolls Online Plus, I think it's called, or you can buy the individual DLCs if there is one that you particularly want to play, which cover different sections of the Elder Scrolls world and lore. Finally, we have Mountain Blade. Now, this is a game that I grew up on. Warband is definitely a dated experience, but a great game. If you're looking for a cheap way to experience the series, Warband is currently $3.74. But if you have the money, Bannerlord is currently on a 20% sale for $31.99. Now, for those who don't know what the Mountain Blade series is, you are a no one thrown into an open world. From here, you can gather troops, train up your skills, you can become a blacksmith, a trader, a warlord, you can help out kings and basically make life as you will. And then it's based in a third person kind of giving commands action gameplay in the battles, but then is like a top-down overview map experience outside of the battles and the cities. Along with that, Warband has a huge modding scene, and Bannerlord is slowly developing that as modding tools are added as the development continues for the game. If you are looking for that medieval RPG experience, this could be the game for you. But with that being said, that is everything for today, guys. Hopefully you found a few games that you will enjoy from the sale. Peace out, toodaloo, and goodbye. Stay safe out there.